You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Again, the miss by Portland.
I mean, just a tough start, missing their first 5 shots.
Hill against Sharp. The three. Portland with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Portland.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
On the push, here comes Atlanta. Here's Johnson. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You see the athleticism on the break there from Johnson.
Timeout called, Portland. And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Yep.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter to the middle. Off target at the rim.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Sharp and Avdia are on the wings. Inside. It's Grant playing next to Ayton, and it's Simons in at the point guard position.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. And here is our race for Rookie of the Year. You can feel the excitement around this group. So much potential. You look at Hill. He's shown us throughout the course of this season that he's at the top of his rookie class. So it's no surprise to see him in the top spot.
And there's no doubt he's the top contender. I'll be shocked if he's not lifting the Rookie of the Year trophy later on.
Yeah, a rookie year can be unpredictable, but he's consistently stood out from the crowd.
Here's Simons. Well, he's now 2 for 7 after that bucket.
And Simons shows off that soft touch inside.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, MP in their last game against the Bucks played some superb basketball. He ended up with 37 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Outstanding. Thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Pass to Simons. 4-3, and the three-pointer goes. Simons got 7 points in the game.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And so far, there's been tremendous cohesion offensively this quarter.
There's Simons with a three. Rebounded by Johnson.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Hill can't connect. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Now Sharp. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Here's Hill. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Hawks?
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
Another thing they're doing right early on tonight is attacking the offensive glass. Just outworking the defense and winning second chances at the hoop.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. And let's take a look at the leaderboard and see which players were the top shooters from three-point land this past month. Atlanta making some changes. Roddy, he's checked in for Okongwu. And it's Matthews in for Daniels. Portland making a switch here. The Trailblazers have gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. Timeout called, the Blazers. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Walker, he's checked in for Portland. Kamara comes in for Avdia. Knocked away. Going all the way to the rack. Here's Hill. And again, it's Atlanta.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And here we go again. The Hawks on the break. And he lays it in on the break. Hill's got 22 points.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Gets stolen by Johnson. And they're pushing it up. Pass to Hill. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. He's got 24.
I just love the ball movement.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To halt the run, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Here's Hill. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Walker's got 4 rebounds now. Inside with 2 seconds left. And the jam by Walker.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Hawks on top, running away with this one. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Stand back in your early coaching days, what was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. Risachet and Johnson, they're the forwards. MP is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Hawks 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. Lots of Grants in the NBA over the years. Jeremy Grant acts like a guy who grew up around the league. You can really see it, Coach.
Well, Brian, he really did grow up around the league and really just a high IQ player, great in the locker room, gives you great energy and effort every night.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Hill for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Hill's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Sharp passes to Simons. And no good. The dry spell continues.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Hill for 3. Portland with a rebound. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. And that'll be the 4th game of this 5-game road trip. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Johnson passes to Hill. That three's off the mark. Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Lets the three fly. And Anthony Simons with a three. Simons got 10.
Well, that's his first three here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Hill. And MP throws it down.
Well, he leads everyone in scoring, and he shows no intention of slowing down.
Portland has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Hill against Simons. Fires the three. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. MP scanning the floor. From deep three-point range. Avdia pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to...
Substitution on the court. Shooting for Portland. Kamari at the line for 1.
And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. We've got Anthony Simons clinging out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Delano Banton, and it's Kamari in at the three. Here's Banton. The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Bogdanovich. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shot's good by Hill.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Hits the trifecta.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Yeah, and this is not what they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and their opponent is at the line.
And he drops it first.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here is Hill. Shoots over Simons. Good.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting 5. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is a look at Atlanta's opening lineup. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Hill. And it's Riza Shea in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, and 1 forward, Thompson. At the other forward, Washington. He is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Lively in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Doris, here we are looking ahead to the postseason. Do you have a favorite right now?
Well, Kevin, like anyone, I definitely have some ideas of who I think could be there and the last one standing. But I'm staying neutral. Number one, it's my job, and predictions only lead to the possibility I'm wrong, and I don't want to do that.
Outside Hill. Takes the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
Here's Hardy. Rebound by the Hawks. Hill with it. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. They get it back. Shoots over Lively. And it's Hill. That's and the assist by Johnson. Hill's got 5 points so far. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Doris, with Nowitzki and Doncic, the Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the one year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Now here's Irving. He's covered by Daniels. However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
And the three ball is good.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
And so just over a minute and a half played. And the foul. Mavericks trail by 7. Washington and Lively hold down the post for them. That's Kyrie Irving, and there's Klay Thompson, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. For three, Hill. Another three for Atlanta.
An excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
And here is Irving. And the pass to Lively. Dallas moving the ball around. Thompson from long range. Buries the long-range jumper. Thompson's got 8 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now Irving after the missed three from Hill. And a wide open look for Irving. The rebound by Johnson.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
The three from Hill. Shot clock reset for the Hawks. On the wing, Johnson. Launches from deep. Again, missing Hill.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Shot by Grimes. No good. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against Portland.
You don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
And here's Irving following the three from Hill. Lively the pass to Washington. Here's Grimes. Dallas again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
For three, Hill. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Now here's Irving. A 24-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Thompson inside the line. Dallas again missing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Got that one up quick. 20 points for Hill.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 14. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Dallas calls timeout. Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Hunter comes in for Johnson, and it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Rizachet. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Hill, no good. Mavericks trail by 17. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Portland was tremendous. He finished with 47 points, and he reached that total with some superb shooting from deep. Just a fantastic night for him. The kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
David in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Now Exum, after the missed 3 from Hill. Exum kicks to Marshall. Gafford inside, covered by Okongwu. Exum's shot is off.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
40 seconds left in the first half. Now here's Hardy. Defense right on him. Passes it to Exum. Gafford against Okongwu. Shot clock at 5. Driving the lane. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Off target from outside.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Drills it from outside.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks taking a 19-point lead into the break. Their defense has been terrific in the
56.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Hill is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the center position.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
The 3 from Hill. Offensive rebound. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Lively finds Thompson. Outside Irving. misses the three. The Hawks leading by 20. And here's Hill for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hill's got 30. Four.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
Here's Hardy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Hill. Fires the three. And again for three.
3 points.
Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Hardy. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And it's Hill. That time the assist by Daniels. Hill's got 39.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. And here's that intense defensive look.
Dallas calls timeout. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. But nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Grimes is checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Lottie's checked in. Pass to Irving. Over to the left wing. And it's Washington missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Thompson outside from downtown. Atlanta with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down. Looking like your classic wing. Zachary Richer is 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swingman.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Najee Marshall comes in for Washington. And it's Dante Exum in for Klay Thompson. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. The Mavericks have been much improved defensively. Coach Jason Kidd says when you're leaning on Luka offensively to deliver, and he does, you have to be able to cover him. Not just him, but Kyrie. The focus on playing defense and protecting one another is at a high right now. It can't just be 3 guys. It has to be all 5. Kevin?
It is, David. You're right. It's a team game. Dallas has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. To the inside, Grimes. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Grimes has got 6 points.
Yeah, Grimes has the frame to work down low. I like when he gets inside.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
The Mavericks shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Irving against Young. And it's Irving missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And the basket by Hill.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Young with the steal. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. Exum kicks to Irving. 12 seconds left in the third. Off on the layup. And here's Hill for three. And that one is off. So it's Atlanta way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish.
Substitution on the court.
Completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Hill comes in for Young. Irving on the wing along with Thompson. Daniel Gafford is out there with Derek Lively. And it's Hardy in at point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
His contemporaries will say this. Klay Thompson's shooting stroke is as pure as it gets.
Outside Hill. Lets the three fly. Connects from three-point range. Hill's got 54 points.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
From deep three-point land. Misses there. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Owners, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to a special.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball. And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. They've got Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hawks, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. MP is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Hunter in at the 3. Brent, we're deep into the season now. Who do you see as the favorite to win it all?
Well, tough, BA, to do any predicting at this point. You want to see the matchups and how those things play out. But, man, there are some elite teams right now that are salivating at the opportunity to compete come playoff time.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Hill against Brunson. MP looking around from the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And keeping everyone involved early. Now, that typically pays dividends.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder. Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Hunter finds Hill over Brunson. Here's Okongwu. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And you look at the history of the Hawks, Brent. They've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, BA, tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Now here's Brunson. Looking at his scoring efficiency, he's averaging around 29 a game.
And mixing it up down low, Brunson, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can finish around the basket.
Here's Hunter. Hill for three, and the Hawks with another three.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Here's Brunson, 15 in his last outing. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Down low. Banked it in off the glass. Brunson's got his second basket.
Yeah, OG not an elite playmaker, but let's face it, if it's open, you got to move it. That time, getting the assist.
Johnson finds Hill. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Bridges. The Knicks have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And Hart with a basket on the assist by Bridges.
Well, the paint is where Hart does a lot of damage. He'll finish in there at close range.
Johnson on the wing. He's covered by Hart. Drills it from deep. Hill's got 9.
Oh, it's just waiting threes for them early.
Knicks trail by 7. Here's Brunson. Rebounded by Daniels.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it. As a big, once you get positioned inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, BA? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence.
Shots good by Hill.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
All right, now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Quinn Snyder.
I discussed with Coach how difficult it is to guard Jalen Brunson. He initially joked. He said, "You'll have to ask my guys that." Jalen is a really gritty, confident player. We can't let him get into a rhythm early or we're going to be in trouble. We'll have to keep our eye on how well this defense does against Brunson. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. Brunson missing again.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Hill for 3. And the Hawks with another 3.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter, exploding from the perimeter.
Now here's Bridges. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Looking to end the run. And the Knicks miss again. Atlanta leading by 13. Outside, Hill. Off target from outside. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Brunson. Drives to the hoop. And his 4th make of the day in 10 tries.
Now, guys don't want to guard someone like Jalen Brunson. He just keeps coming. The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
With 4 on the clock. Misses at the rim. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back after this. Great Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
So here are the five for New York as they start the second. Josh Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Payne in at the point. And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard. They play defense first. They play a ton of minutes. But this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
Atlanta with the ball. After the basket by New York on the other end.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Knicks trail by 16. McBride passes to Payne. Now here's Robinson. It's rebounded by Roddy.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Hill for three. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Hill's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for New York. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. On offense, here are the Hawks. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run.
You won't see them miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Payne. His last outing, we saw him score 22. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. Hawks ahead, up by 15. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
33.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. MP is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Hunter in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, MP in their last game against the Mavericks just played phenomenal. He picked up 54 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. He was such a difficult matchup in that one. We'll see how he follows it up tonight. Brian?
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Bridges. No rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 8 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Outside Hart to the inside. Towns passes to Bridges. Misses the baby hook.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Payne's checked in for Brunson.
Cameron Payne.
Knicks trail by 20. Hart finds Bridges. To the paint. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
To the middle. Here's Hart. That shot off. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
Okongwu with the bucket.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Now here's Towns. 5 points in the game. Outside Anunoby. 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Payne, he's open. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Hawks lead by 22. Outside, Hill. Johnson passes to Hunter. Here's the teardrop, and he lays it in. Hunter's got 6 points.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
New York calls timeout. When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last champion.
Substitution on the court.
And here are the Knicks now. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, BA. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
On the court right now for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Payne in at the 2-guard spot. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. Oh, MP with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Okongwu's checked in for Barnes. Hart's checked in for New York. Hill with the steal. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. And the finish with the layup. Hill's got 39. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Shoots over Hill. They get it back. Here's Towns. That shot is off.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Shoots from 14. Shot's good by Hill. Hill's got 43 points.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
New York has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. Here's Brunson. And it's Brunson again missing.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Up top, Payne. Pass to Brunson. A shot to stop the run. Fires in the triple. He's got 22.
And that might be one of his favorite spots. Brunson looking comfortable from three.
Here's Hill. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Towns outside from deep. And the Knicks, another three.
One of the better three-point shooting bigs. Towns has great accuracy.
To the inside. Hill against Brunson. There's the triple. And it's New York with a rebound.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Hawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And with the year they've had, you expect nothing less than a victory every time they take the court. Another stellar outing for them here tonight.
They have proven to simply be the better team of the two, winning all 4 games in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And the Knicks miss again.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bridges with it, and it's Hunter picking him up. The kick out to Brunson. Outside Payne. Rebounded by Johnson.
Gotta appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Hill can't connect. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you. With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson.
I'll come to the ball.
The metropolis of Atlanta, Georgia. It's the scene for the Jazz. The marksman, the finisher. Call him what. Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting. The starters for Utah. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. And it's Mills in at point guard. And for Atlanta, Risacher and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with MP. And it's a Okongwu in at the 5. And the regular season is almost over, Doris. What are you honed in on tonight?
I think, Brian, whether we're talking about pre-All-Star break where things can get a little wonky or maybe the start of the season, to me, the best teams, regardless of the time of the year it is, they are focused on staying true to their habits and remaining competitively tough. Because I don't care if you're playing guys outside the rotation that are normal, those guys have got to bring great effort. The standard should be met nightly regardless of the circumstance.
Here's Collins. And that one hits the back iron. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a three-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
Yeah, they really worked hard to find shots in that one.